Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the worldwide. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the worldwide Parkcast. I am your host, Skybear, and I am here live streaming today a little bit of what you would call No Limits 2. I've never played this game. I mean, I played part of it, as you can see, but I've never actually completed a roller coaster because I get super frustrated and then just quit. My goal today is to complete a roller coaster, and a complicated one at that. Let's do it. Alright. Well, I have a video on standby, so that way I can just watch it. I've already looked at some of the stuff, so let's go ahead and get started.
It's going to be new, and we're going to use the Heartline, which I like to use as well. Trains definitely need to have 8, because that's the normal B&M sit down.
Alright. So, this is trains, okay. Alrighty. Boom.
So, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to create a station now, and to do that, we're going to have to go to track, and we're going to start the vertex.
Alright. So we gotta do a top-down view. This is very, it's not, I mean, it's the most realistic coaster simulator you have out there. So, I hope you guys enjoy. I would highly recommend getting this game if you're into roller coasters, if you like building roller coasters, or you want to go into a career of building roller coasters. Highly recommend it. It's a great place to start. Actually, that's what I want to do. So professionally, I want to build roller coasters, then start my own roller coaster company. That is my goal. So yeah, let's do this.
I'm going to have a diagonal, actually, a diagonal station, because I want to make the lift, I'm going to make the lift lined up with lines, so that's actually how I'm going to do it. So, alright, so to do this, alright, I want to...
So, okay. What we're gonna do, this is, ignore this. So what we're gonna do is we are going to, alright, how do I see, okay, that's reasonable. Let's get that right there. This is going to be our station.
Exact numbers here, so the Z needs to be at 10 exactly. No different. 10 exactly.
Ignore this part.
Alright, so that's 10. And make sure this one is at, it looks like, I can't tell, it's too long. This one needs to be at 0 on Z. So this one needs to be at 0. Perfect. Alright, so I like putting in exact numbers. It's just very efficient and works very well. Now on the Y, let's go ahead and put 8. That will set how tall it is. 8 meters high. Is going to be our station.
Also ignore all this part.
So there's that, and perspective view definitely helps you and where your coaster is sitting. So we might want to make that station a little bit longer, so let's go ahead and go to top view again.
So actually, that's a good tip. Let's go to perspective real fast. No, I didn't mean to do that. All right, back. Why is it being a butthead? Hello? Hello? There we go. This is quite a long station. It'll work. We can shorten it later, I think. Alright, alrighty. Boom. Let me go back to top down.
Might actually add a complete one right here. So let's go to Z. Z needs to be at 20, so let's put it at 20. And the X looks like it wants to go at 10. There we go.
Boom.
That will be good for that. And did I measure the X on this one? No, I didn't. It needs to be at -10. There we go. Alright, perfect. Now we got a station. Let's go ahead and we're going to make a kind of a bend here. In a way, it's going to bend this way, and we're going to have the lift going straight right here. It makes it a little better, or easier. So let's add a vertex. Click on here so it'll be the same exact height and everything. Aspects. I want to have a nice large bend into it. This might be too big, actually. But it always is smaller than what it appears here, so let's take a look at perspective. Actually, that's actually perfect. I like that length there.
We're going to not copy
like
him
how
exactly.
how
I don't know if I mentioned that.
big that turn is. So let's select and modify and kind of make this exact. I want it right there. Right there. Very precise of where I want my stuff here. Z looks like it's gonna be -35.
Hey Michael, sorry I just saw your
36.
comment. This
Oh,
is
yeah, it's
called No
36.
Limits 2. It's a
Closer to
coaster
36. There we
creation. So you can create
That'll
any
work for
coaster you
that.
could ever want on here.
Alright, so there's our first
it's
bend.
pretty awesome.
And now this is going to go into the lift hill. Very cool. So, let's add a vertex here. Going all the way here. And this is going to be kind of a brake run type thing. And it'll also be at 36. So the Z is always going to be at 36, even for the lift.
Right.
And this is going to be the lift here, so add vertex. It's going to be our lift hill. If we select this and make this 36, that'll make it straight. So right now I'm just doing layout. I haven't done height or anything on all these yet. So let's go ahead and kind of do a little bit on height. We can turn the G-force cone so I can see a little bit. Stuck. There we go. I also want to put the spline on. There we go. Alrighty. So all this is going to be straight. We're going to add some rolls here to keep the station straight. Exactly where I want it. And this is the part that gets a little bit fun. Let's add... It's actually going to go down a little bit. So let's lower these. Let's see, that's Y, and let's go down to 7. So it has a little bit of a hillish type thing going on here. 6.5 will be good. Right there. So it'll be 6. Right there. Let's put this one also at 6. Right there. Let's put this one at 6.5. Also right there. And we're going to have the rest of this at 6.5 meters.
Okay.
There we go. Because obviously we can't have this at 8. There we go. Right, you're at 6.5. You will be at 6.5. Did I put the point in there? Yes, I did. Otherwise, it would be 65. Which would be a little too tall. Alright, and we're not going to mess with that one because that one's actually going to be raised anyways. So, there's that. And we're going to add some rolls here.
I have no idea what
Just to
rolls
be
do.
safe, I
I'm gonna
want
be real
this
here.
section to be straight. And the lift to be straight. So there we go. And let's add some rolls to this. Actually, first we're gonna go to the top. You're gonna want to do this often if you're in No Limits, definitely. Let's go ahead and select all these nodes
Ah, yes.
right there on the curve, and I want to go ahead, go to element, and you want to depump the vertices. This is what you want to do to a lot of your sections of track, is
That's
depump
only
the
on
vertices.
curves.
It really pretty much just smooths it out. Let's go to our track view here and see what we got so far. Alright, we got a curve and bend, and that will go into our lift hill. So now what we're going to want to do is shape these curves here with these rolls. I'm going to add one more right here, actually. And you gotta double click on them and click No Lat G, and that will bend it perfectly smooth where you need it.
Okay.
Alright, so this one will also click No Lat G's, which is -1. So there's not too much of a bend on these. And that will stay at 0. Perfect. Alright, so that should be pretty smooth right now.
Boom.
Let's take a look at the track. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. I like how that's looking. Goes out of the starting block very smooth, no jolts, and that's perfect right there where we have it. So very time-consuming stuff that you have to go through when creating a very nice roller coaster.
Yeah, that is true.
That's that. Alright, so for the lift, I want this for height. I really want to put it at 180 feet, which is very tall, to be honest. So that is 55 meters, I'm pretty sure. Approximately. Not exactly, but it is approximately that tall. Alright, so that lift hill is...
I just realized I have the wrong video. Hold up. No limits to tutorial. Tutorial. There we go. This is not the one I want, not the one I want. Believe this is what I want.
just going with...
This video. Oh, I do not like that sound. Alright, alrighty.
Do not let them take away your power.
Ignore
Do
the
not let them take
political-
away your democracy. Make a
There.
plan right now
Love
for
you,
how
Obama.
you are going to get involved and vote.
Register to vote. Yeah, register, guys. You got to. This is probably...
Hey guys, JLW Games, this is Joe Wendell coming at you with
Alright.
a
So
tutorial
what I'm gonna do is I'm
on
gonna create
No
a new
Limits
coaster.
Coaster 2.
New coaster.
Really awesome game, roller coaster simulator. So a lot of you have requested me to do a tutorial on the basics. So let's go to File, New, and create a new park. So you got to create a park to create a coaster, of course. And I'm gonna go No Limits to Tutorial. That's a awesome park name. So let's click yes. It will create our park. Sorry, my throat's a little bit dry right now, so I might be coughing or clearing my throat a lot in this video. So I'm sorry about that. I'm going to start in the top view. Now you're going to want to go to Coaster tab and create a new coaster. No Limits.
Sorry if I'm quiet, guys. I'm like,
Tutorial.
I'm
Whatever, it
focusing
doesn't matter.
and I'm looking
You
at chat.
create it however
see if
you
there's
want.
any
I'm
new
going to go to
chats or
Coaster
something like that.
Properties. And we're
go
going
ahead
to
and
go
talk to me.
ahead
This is just
and
kind of a chill out.
set
just
our
kinda like
properties. You
chill
can add a
time.
description if you want. You can go to Style.
Yeah.
There's so many different types of styles you can use, but we're going to just go with the wooden coaster, classic 4-seat. If you want to create your first basic coaster, you're going to want to use a wooden coaster. It's the easiest. Mode, I always leave the same. On trains, we're going to leave that the same for right now. And then colors, you can go ahead and choose some colors. I have my wood colors. Use that. And then you have your coaster statistics, which we're not going to worry about unless you want to see the coaster statistics, which there are none because there is no coaster now. To do that, we're going to click track, and you're going to click add vertex to start your coaster. So we're in the top view. I always do this in the top view. Click wherever you want, and then you're going to click however long you want your station to be. So right there's good. And then I always add another one right there because you'll see why. Now we have, this is going to be our station. And now we're going to go to left. And there's our coaster station. Obviously, we're going to change the section type later. And you're going to see why I added this second nod. Now, if we click
Left. I should probably delete a coaster or two. I just realized that. Alright, we're creating a new park. We are creating a new park. Save current project, yes. Name new park. Death. Let's call it because for all I don't know, my real name is Jackson. So yes, I go by Skybear, but my real name is actually Jackson. Not giving you more than that. So yes, all right. Coaster, new, Kingsley, coaster properties. Going to create a coaster, creating a roller coaster. Going to left.
you want your station to be. So right there's good. And then I always add another one right there because you'll see why.
Alright.
Now we have, this is going to be our station. And now we're going to go to left. And there's our coaster station. Obviously we're going to change the section type later. And you're going to see why I added this second nod. Now if we click to go downwards, you see the whole entire thing bends down. And that's why we kept that where it needs to, where I want it to be.
Yep.
Now if you wanted to do more, you can always add, insert vertex. You can always insert in between vertices here, and that's how you do that. But you can move this further this way and it'll be more straight like that. That works.
Alright.
And if you ever want to add, if you want to continue your coaster, always use add vertex. And we're going to level this out, and we're going to go into our lift. So if you click off of it for a while, you're going to click on the last nod that you place, which is right here, and then click add vertex. That way it's going to be straight when you add. So we're going to go ahead and add one more here, and we're going to want to add our lift hill. So I want it to go, you can create the steepness or whatever you want to do on your coaster here. Let's go right here, and to level it out, I always have another one right there going the same way, and then straighten it out like that. That way our lift hill remains straight. It's a pretty straight lift hill.
Alrighty.
And that's how we want it. And if you want to really straighten it out, I would move this down here. And that looks good. Nice straight lift hill. And if you want to go into the really specific stuff, you can double click on those and add your numbers, but we're not going to do that. So I'm going to click the end here, add vertex, and now we're going to create our first hill, which I'll create one right there. And whoops, I went underground, and Control Z is undo. And here's our first hill. And then you can, I usually go and select, kind of put it where I want these at, make it look a little better. And then after that, you want to select everything on your first hill, select all those nodes, go to element and depump vertices. You're going to want to use this a lot. As you can see, it makes it a lot smoother. That's what it's supposed to do. So we'll go back to track, select and modify. Let's go from here and add a vertex. Now let's level that out and kind of smooth that a little bit better. There we go. Now we have our
I just realized the hand kind of looks like a Mickey Mouse hand. Huh. Alright.
first drop, and if you always want to make sure it's straight, go to the top view, and as you can see, that's going underground. I don't know why it doesn't show it's going underground right here, but it is. So we're gonna raise that up a little bit, which is all right. And you know it will do that, so just be prepared.
Alright.
So don't get too close to the ground or it'll go up. And
Alright.
still, we're not going to worry about it. You can, but this is just showing you basics, and that's all we're doing. So now, let's create a basic hill. So, let's go ahead and select the end right here, add a vertex, and just kind of shape your hill out wherever to make sure it's not taller than your first drop. And there you go. It's pretty horrific looking, but that's alright. I just wanted to place it in the general area. Then we're just gonna adjust these little things, nodes, whatever you call them, and
wait.
the spots. So now you're going to want to select what you got so far again. Let's go ahead and select all these. Go to element and depump vertices. That's going to be your friend using that. It's a really nice tool. It smooths the coaster out. And now we have a really good looking hill. So there's that. Now we're going to go back to track. Make sure you select the end here. And now we're going to create
Not what I wanted
overbank
to do
turn
at
or
all.
a turn, whatever you want like to call it. So I got that selected, and now we're going to go to add vertex, go to the top view like I am now, and we're going to create a nice big curve going back the other way.
Why
And
is
then
it doing
select
that?
these
That's
to
annoying.
where you want to place them at. It doesn't have to be perfect. Well, and I guess it does. Alright, now I got that where I want it. We're going to go to perspective, which is the 3D view. And in here, as you can see, we got our curve here. We're going to raise these up to where we want them in this view. So just mess around here.
Then we go to
Put these where you want them. Alright, and I like that height and everything on this turn. So now we're going to go back to the top view where we were. As you can see, I completely ruined how I want, or how this was. So we're going to go ahead and replace where we had it to make it a nice curve. I did that just to set the height of the curve, and I found it the easiest. Trust me, I've been messing around too much with these overbank turns and trying to get them right. So that's how I do it. And now, of course, after you got that, select the overbank turn, go to element and depump vertices. This will smooth it out. There you have it. There's your depumped vertices. And if you go to perspective, we want to make sure it looks good. And I like the way it's looking so far. It doesn't look too bad. And now I'm going to go ahead. You should probably do this at the beginning anyways. Go to track and add roll. Now you want to add these throughout the entire track. I always put even on the lift to keep them level, because your track will kind of go haywire sometimes and it's a pain.
Depump vertices.
So let's go ahead and add these.
Depump.
And then on your overbank turns, you kind of just want to every so often add one, because this is where you're going to want it to actually start banking. So you go to select and modify after you just place those, and I'm going to go to this one because that's when I want to start banking. Now you can type in a number on the degree if you want, but it's up to you. I always just go no lat G-force, and that will make it as smooth as possible.
Okay.
On the curves here. Just double click each one and click no lat G-force, and it curves it out the way you want it. So let's select this one, and that's where I want it to level out. So there's your overbank turn, or your curve or turn, whatever you want to call it, after our hill here. As you can see, this seems like pretty steep for a wood coaster, and that actually doesn't, I don't know, you would have to test it out and change it to what you want, but it will try and keep it the way best it can, the way you had it before on when you add the no lat, or when you depump the vertices. I'm going to go ahead and fix this a little bit.
Alright.
Now it's not on the ground. But that's pretty much the basics of No Limits 2. Because those are the two elements that you're going to really need, is your hills and your turns, curves and stuff. That's how you pretty much do them.
Alrighty.
And yeah, so now one more thing I want to show you. If you ever accidentally get this to where it's not straight, you can go ahead and select all of what you want to be straight, like this, and make sure you click Make Straight 2D Top, and that'll completely make the track straight. So that's really nice too. Also, if you're, usually I use this on the station part, but if you want to make this strict, you can, and it'll kind of straighten it out a little bit more. But this has been No Limits 2 on the basics. So now I'm going to go to perspective, and if you ever want to see what your coaster looks like in the final, you can also go to coaster and then click freeze, and it'll show you what you got so far. I haven't built the supports yet.
Why
So
is it doing
it just has the track.
Okay, I'm annoyed now.
So that's cool. And that's what it looks like so far. And you can't edit it in that view, so. And now let's go to supports. We're gonna go supports, and now you can click wooden generator and generate final, and I like to do the second one here.
Nope, this is wrong.
And that
This is
will
definitely
generate
wrong. Okay.
your wooden supports.
Great,
Now
this
if you're
is
doing
a
a steel
whole waste
coaster,
of
you're gonna have to
time.
place all those yourself, and there's some prefabricated different supports on those. But for your wooden generator, it automatically makes it your supports, which is really nice. That's why I suggest going with a wood coaster first. And if you want to add trees and scenery, you can. You can go here and click choose, go to library, and it's usually under 3D trees, stuff like that. Click it, click OK, and then make sure you click add object, and then you can actually place these trees wherever you want. So that's the scenery aspect of it. And terraforming's another completely different tutorial that I probably do.
Guys.
So I want to thank you guys for watching.
If
there's any specific tutorials you want,
if you guys want to see this continue as a saga, let me know, because I failed miserably. Sorry about this, guys. I know it didn't live up to your expectations. I do sincerely apologize. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll be on here again later tonight. So if you guys, I'm probably not doing this, just chatting, stuff like that, talking about stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for all the support on the channel. And as always, have a magical day. See you guys later. Peace out.